I'll be there in a second to help you, Jackie pal. Don't you worry. Good luck.
WTF!
Oh my God, my stiffy's still raging. What an episode of SmackDown Live last night. They're finally doing it. They're finally pulling the trigger on my Bane spirit animal. I'm a very aroused Ross Twiddell from Cultaholic.com. You must be a very aroused sexual wank pheasant, and welcome to all of the WTF moments from the best episode of SmackDown Live in history. That's how you do it, WWE editing team. Finally, we got to see a Paige promo with a cold open start as naturally as a field of wild Big E's. Look over there, there's a couple shagging pancakes. Well done for finally getting it right. One more of those. Ross here. And that meme would never, ever, ever have gone away. Somebody alert the Wizards, because he who should not be named was named during Paige's opening promo to SmackDown Live last night. That's right, of course, Paige said, because...
Silence!
I'll read, mate. Hello, Tom Phillips. Yeah, knob, we're coming to say hello to you right now because you claimed in the opening stages of last night's SmackDown Live that Carmela won the Money in the Bank contract at last year's Money in the Bank pay-per-view, which she then cashed in on Charlotte, which then led to her defeating Asuka at this year's Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Bollocks, pal. Mangled, flat-earth, southern bollocks. As we all know, WWE redid the match that Carmela initially won the contract in, and for 95% of the time since then, they pretended that match didn't even pissing happen. All I want from WWE is consistency and an invisibility cloak. So then Carmela comes out and starts an episode of This Is Your Life talking about how she had confidence issues in her youth and how she never felt she was bloody good enough. What a shame. Then she went all PG and dunking on her asses with a massive old psych, and then she started laughing, and in the midst of that laughter she asks us, did you ever think I was self-confident? Yes, that's the story you just told us. Mela might be money, but in this instance Mela is also a feckin' Egypt. I'm surprised she has the gall to show her face. Corey said she isn't, pal. She's wearing a mask. Well, it looks like it's finally happened. I myself have made a grave mistake because when Asuka took her mask off, it was only Jimmy bloody Ellsworth, wasn't it? I think it was anyway, because there's a teeny tiny little bit of doubt in my mind as to whether that is actually James Ellsworth and not Asuka dressed up as James Ellsworth in the most vicious cycle we've seen since Sideshow Bob and Dem Rakes. Nevertheless, Jimmy Ellsworth still can't wink. Then Big Jimmy said he was back in WWE to serve the greatest woman in the history of the world ever, then going on to say that Carmela is better than the likes of Trish Stratus, Mother Teresa, and bloody Beyonce. Notice how he didn't mention those lady balls. Jimmy Ellsworth knows his place. All lady balls has got SmackDown Live by the bollocks as well. Can it get bollocks out me head? Thank you, Nakamura and Styles. Now, since debut on the main roster, Peyton Royce has been like the second coming of Alistair McGowan. I don't know if Alistair McGowan has cracked America, but he impersonates famous people, and that's what Peyton Royce has been doing. But Peyton Royce would come out on SmackDown Live and impersonate your favourite superstars, and if you closed your eyes, you would actually think they were in the ring talking themselves. That was until last night's episode, where she came out and impersonated Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch somehow was Australian with American twang. Why she wasn't speaking like this and making references to potatoes and pints of Guinness is beyond me. Might be a little bit offensive, that's why. Tom Phillips had another case for the first time ever when he claimed that last night's match between Becky Lynch and Billie Kay was the first time ever they'd done the graps inside of the grappling ring, but this is not true. They actually had two house show matches as part of NXT in 2015. Knowledge is power. His knee collided with my face, sending a shockwave through my epidermis, reverberating through my subcutaneous tissue, rattling my skeletal system, and shaking my soul. Huh? So essentially, Jeff, Nakamura kneed you in the face and you felt it. Good. Jeff Hardy appears to have cataracts. Somebody spanked me. I thought they were dead. But now it's time for this.
Wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank. Wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank.
Hello and welcome to Wankety Wank from the top of the ladder, the section of WTF Moments where, just like on Blankety Blank where they fill in the blanks, a sexual wank pheasant watches a WWE show and tweets me with a WTF moment that I've missed, and I give him all the credit because I'm a wholesome baby boy. And because I don't watch films, thank you very much to Josh Fennick for pointing this out. Now, Josh was the first person to tweet me with this, so he's made the videos. It's fastest finger first. Unlucky. Tom Phillips made a massive whoopsie once again when he claimed that Daniel Bryan is the master of 1,000 holds, and I'm just stood here on my beautiful yellow ladder thinking to myself, when was Daniel Bryan Mike Quackenbush? Now, of course, we all remember Daniel Bryan going by the master of the small package for a little while before Paul Smackett was on the scene, brother. But as for the other one, Tom Phillips, you're just making bollocks up, aren't you? Maybe. Interrupt the Bludgeon Brothers exit from the ring after winning a match at your peril. Why on earth were they so upset by Daniel Bryan doing this? It's obviously overran. It's their pissing fault, so Bryan had no choice but to come out when he did. But SmackDown Live writers, don't you think I've seen your little trick there, pals? As we all know, yesterday, Big or By Ass was fired in the hours before SmackDown Live, so it's obvious in that gauntlet match, Big Cass was scheduled to come out and attack Daniel Bryan. Everyone on the creative team dropped a deuce in their boxer shorts and it ran down the leg into their shoes and thought, bloody hell, Big Cass isn't here anymore, who can we fill that spot with? So for some reason, and I don't know why, they had the Bludgeon Brothers stare down Daniel Bryan and then attack Daniel Bryan later in the night. How about just wipe that segment clean from the show? We didn't need it. It didn't make much sense. And I don't think it'll go anywhere. Maybe. Made a grave mistake, Corey. Calling The Miz the ultimate opportunist, are we now, Corey? Why not call Daniel Bryan the Texas Rattlesnake? Why not call Lana the Big Red Machine? Why not claim that James Ellsworth is rolling up a fatty for that pimp daddy? Of course, Edge was the ultimate opportunist, not Miz.
Yep, I wrong. Yep, I wrong.
Byron Saxton, you arsehole, what do you have against my Bane spirit animal, Rusev? Don't you put him down by saying he's never had an opportunity for the WWE Championship when in fact he's had 3. Now, of course, the first 2 of those happened on live events against the big dog, Roman Reigns, in matches he was never ever going to win. But the third one happened in the 2016 Royal Rumble when the WWE World Heavyweight Championship was on the line. Not bad. Now, it's been a few hours since SmackDown Live ended and I am still very much erect. Jesus Christ, superstar, come in here and dance with me, Stiffy. Come on. Oh. That's right, everybody. Dicks out for Rusev. It's finally properly Rusev Day on SmackDown Live because despite the fact he's foreign, despite the fact he's got the entire WWE Universe behind him when Vince McMahon wants it to be a dirty diddler, despite the fact that Aiden English, week after week after week, almost messes it up for him, cut and heel shtick when he's supposed to be a babyface, despite the fact he's got a wife who cannot keep her mouth shut, who almost got him in hot water many times, Rusev is in a WWE Championship match with Extreme Rules against AJ Bloody Styles. Oh! And as we all know, at Extreme Rules, he's going to make AJ Styles as flat as he thinks the bloody world could be. I cannot wait. Rusev, WWE Champion. Good night. If you want to follow me on the Twitter machine, it's at Ross on Wrestling. If you like what we do here at Cultaholic, it's patreon.com/Cultaholic. Anything you can afford to give us will be greatly appreciated and we'll love you forever. But most importantly of all, do not forget to subscribe to this channel and join us all over the shop. We're everywhere, you know.